Information pertaining to a single transaction need not always be available in the same sheet. It could be in a different sheet or in a different workbook altogether. So what do we mean by that? Over here, I have a data sheet of sale transactions, and then I have a region column which is currently blank. So over here, we have another sheet called sales rep, and if you notice, we have the region column populated here. So let's try to build the relationship between these two sheets. We have the sales representative name here, and the region column is blank. But then we have a sales rep master which has the representative name and the region. So we have a relationship that we can build with both these sheets, as we have the sales representative names in both the sheets. So in such a scenario, we can use the lookup functions. So one of the most popular lookup functions is VLOOKUP. V stands for vertical. Since the data is in the vertical order, that is why we use the VLOOKUP. There is also the HLOOKUP that you could try. The logic is pretty much the same, just that the values would be in the horizontal order. So before we go in and start using the function, let's just understand our data tables a little bit. So the transaction table is called the sale transactions, and then we have the sales rep master, which is called, yes, it is called as the sales rep master table. Okay, so with this information, we will start working on the VLOOKUP function. So I'll say VLOOKUP, and then the first thing that it asks is the lookup value. So this is based on the relationship that we defined between both the sheets. So what is common in both the sheets? It is the sales representative name. So that is the lookup value, right? And then where do we want to search for this particular sales rep? We want to search for this in the sales rep master. So that is going to be your table array. So we'll just name that right here, sales rep master. Okay. And now the next thing is the column index number. So this is where you will have to define which column do you want to extract from your array. So rather than giving the column number, you can actually give rather than giving the column name, you can actually give the column number. So that's what it means by column index number. So the region column is the second column in the table array. So we'll give the number as 2. Right? So the last parameter that it asks is the range lookup, which is an optional value here. So what this means is a range lookup parameter is a Boolean value, 0 or 1. So 0 means a perfect match. That means it has to find a sales rep by the name Christy Olson in the master sheet. It shouldn't be something close to it like Christy Peterson or something. It can't be a near match. Okay, so it has to be a perfect match. So that is why we would use false. So range lookup is 0, false. That means it has to be a perfect match. 1 means it's a near match. So considering our scenario, we need a perfect match. So we'll put 0 as the Boolean value for range lookup, and I'll execute the formula. Perfect. So this is how we can extract it. So let's confirm one of these values here. Christy Olson, it says region is West. So let's look into our master sheet here, and Christy Olson does show as West. So the data is correct. So we managed to use the VLOOKUP function without much hassle. Since we learned how to use the name ranges, it was very easy to name the columns within our function, right? Okay, so this is how we would go about using the VLOOKUP function. So you can use the exact same logic to extract values which are in the horizontal order.